Hey, everybody, it's time to talk some more baseball action on Wednesday. I'm Bruce Marshall. We'll get to this Reds at White Sox battle at the rate in just a moment. First of all, though, a couple of quick housekeeping reminders. Don't forget, click that subscribe button on your screen right there. Make sure you get all of our WagerTalk TV videos. And also, don't forget, we are on a really nice run with my baseball picks right now. Major League Baseball Moneyline picks, 46-15. Since back to April 16th, that is a plus 123.98% return we've got on my money line plays. Since April 16th, we've got another money line play going this afternoon, Wednesday afternoon. So go online. You can check that out right now. And also remember, we got that special offer on all of my picks, the All Bruce Pack. Through the end of the year, through December 31st. That's all of my picks. That's all the baseball. Like we said, having a really good summer. NFL, we got some preseason action coming up later this week. College football right around the bend. NBA not far away. College hoops, NHL, European soccer starts later this month as well. So you get all that. One special price, $7.99. That's a savings of almost $700 from the monthly price, and that's for all Bruce picks through the rest of the year through December 31st, reduced down to $7.99. Check it out now. Okay, speaking about checking things out, let's check out this battle on Wednesday at the rate as the White Sox are playing the Reds. You can see the crawl at the bottom of the screen and the matchup and the numbers here. Rhett Lauder comes in for the Reds. He will be going against the White Sox here tonight, with Luis Castillo making a second start for the Pale-Hose since being acquired from the Mariners before the deadline. What's going on with these two teams here? You know, before the season, if you told us into mid-August here, one of these teams would be in first place in their division and one would be, sort of behind there in the wild card race trying to catch up, you'd think it would be the Reds that would maybe be in first place, and the White Sox would be trying to make up some ground maybe in the wild card, if that much for the White Sox. Well, things have turned around completely this season, and it's the White Sox who are doing much better. They lead the American League Central right now, and give Will Venable all the credit in the world. I think he's the leader for the American League Manager of the Year. And at 61-57, they maintain this advantage in the American League Central, partly because some of the other teams have, Cleveland in particular, hasn't made the challenge. A lot of people thought Minnesota hanging in the race, and Detroit is starting to stir as well. But for the time being, the White Sox are still maintaining that advantage in the Central. They are wobbling a little bit lately, though. 7-10, their last 17 games, lost in a bitter fashion last night, blew a late lead. The bullpen surrendered lead late last night against the Reds, who won 5-4 at the rate. But they still maintain that lead in the Central. The Tigers are starting to get a little bit closer, though. So to this point, they're hanging in there, but we see a little bit of sign of wobble there from the Pale-Hose right now, and this is going to be a tough stretch drive. They're in the race, though, so give them credit for being there. Let's see if they can hang in there. That's a better situation than the Reds are in, although they have been trying to climb their way back after a pretty barren run there. June and most of July, they dropped well off the pace in the NL Central after playing a 500 ball into May. Into later May, and then it really fell apart. They did, though, make a little bit of recovery right around the All-Star break, and just after. They had won 11 of 15 into last weekend at Washington, and then they got swept by the Nationals. They did come back last night for the win, 5-4 in extra innings, as we mentioned before. They're 5.5 games out of the last NL wildcard spot right now, and there's several teams to leapfrog, so they're not quite completely out of the race. They're in trouble, but they're one good win streak away, and another win 8 out of 10 or so, and all of a sudden you can be back in the race. And the Reds have stirred some lately. They're getting some good at-bats from Eugenio Suarez, who hit another homer last night. He's had 9 of them since the start of July, so he's been sort of pacing the attack there out of the DH role, so they're getting a little bit of offense from him. The matchup on Wednesday, though, the most encouraging thing for the Reds is going up against Castillo the other way for the White Sox. He has been a mess this season, and during his worst campaign, Seattle was glad to push him out at the deadline, and Castillo was probably glad to leave Seattle the way things are going for the Mariners. But as you can see on the crawl at the bottom of the screen, his numbers this season are not that good. A 5.30 ERA. His first start for the Pale-Hose last week at Fenway Park, they staked him to a 4-0 lead last Thursday against the Red Sox. couldn't hold it. He was out of there after the fourth inning, had given up 5 runs and 6 hits. The Red Sox got to him. It's sort of typical for the way it's been going this year for Castillo. So that would give the Reds some hope here. They might be able to do some business on Wednesday night. Louder the other way has been sort of up and down. You're probably, Terry Francona is probably not going to get more, maybe 5 innings out of him, maybe 6, which is not bad these days for a starting pitcher. His last 3 starts haven't been that bad. He's allowed 2 runs in each of the last 3 starts. Like I said, working into the middle innings. That's not super spectacular, but it's not bad. He's giving the Reds a chance. Now, the bullpen last night, Francona did have to use the bullpen for 6 innings last night, and they pitched 6 innings of shutout ball. Very, very good. But I don't think they're completely exhausted in the bullpen. There was an off day prior to that on Monday, and the Saturday and Sunday games in Washington, only 2 relievers pitched in each day. So if Francona has to go back to the bullpen tonight in Chicago, they should be ready to help out, and they probably will have to be called upon, as they will for the White Sox as well. So what do we like here tonight? I think the way the prices look tonight, the best value is probably the Reds on the money line here. Louder's giving them a chance. The White Sox are wobbling some, and I really don't trust Castillo right now whatsoever. He's going to probably be out of there by the mid-innings, and Venable's going to have to go to his bullpen, but Castillo has been very, very suspect this season, and he was certainly not good his first start for the Chi Sox last week in Boston either. I think the best value tonight, probably go with the Reds on the money line. And we'll see what happens in this one at the rate. Okay, as always, don't forget, if you got some comments for us, check the comment box on the screen there. Let me know what you're thinking. Always like to hear from you. And don't forget some of the offers we've got going right now, including my Major League Baseball top choice money lines on a 46-15 run. And we got a money lines Wednesday afternoon top choice for you right now up at my WagerTalk page. Okay. So until next time, we'll be talking some more baseball then. It's a goodbye from me.